Welcome to the Back to Life podcast, where we explore living well, loving well, and being well. I'm your host, Nicole, and I invite you to tune in for inspirational conversations to get you back to life. Let's get started. Hey y'all, welcome back to the Why Me series here on the Back to Life podcast. I'm your host, Nicole, and if you've ever found yourself asking, why me? Especially when life throws an unexpected challenge your way, you're in the right place. Last episode, we talked about grief, not just in terms of losing a loved one, but also the grief that comes with losing the life we thought we'd have. And today, we're taking that conversation a step further, talking about those silent struggles, the ones that don't always come with sympathy cards or casseroles. I'm talking about chronic illness, injury, and pain. You know, those long drawn out battles that test our patience, our faith, and sometimes our sense of humor. Because let's be honest, if we don't laugh at least some of this, we might just cry all day. All right, let's get into it. Now, I have to start by saying that I never thought I'd have a personal story to tell in this department. But life has a funny way of humbling us, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So back in the fall, I got hit with an unexpected health diagnosis. And when I say unexpected, I mean I was minding my own business, living my own life, and then boom, ER, doctor's office, medical jargon, all the things. And then suddenly my calendar has been filled with more appointments than brunch dates. And let me tell you, my first reaction was not a graceful, okay, Lord, I trust you. Oh, no. It was actually, I had a delayed response, and then it was like a full-blown, what the heck, why me moment. Or maybe it was some different words. But that's the thing. Chronic illnesses, injuries, and ongoing pain don't just affect your body. They mess with your mind, your emotions, your plans. They make you question everything. Like you have thoughts that saying, am I ever going to feel normal again? Or why does it seem like everyone else is just fine when I'm struggling? Or how do I keep going when I'm so tired of fighting? And these things are so true for those chronic conditions that you're just like, when is it going to end? Maybe you've asked yourself these questions. Maybe you're still wrestling with them right now. And if that's you, I just want to say that I see you. I get it. And you are definitely not alone in this. So one thing I wasn't prepared for in my own health journey was just how much grief comes with it. Not in the traditional sense, but the grief of, let's say, losing the ability to do things you once did effortlessly. I can't speak, sorry. Watching others move forward while you feel stuck. Dealing with or managing or navigating the emotions of the people around you as it relates to your health. Mourning the version of yourself that felt strong, capable, and full of energy. And it's tricky because this kind of grief doesn't come with the usual support. Especially like when we're talking about chronic illness. No one's bringing you meals just because your body doesn't cooperate the way it used to. There's no get well soon card for something that doesn't have a clear end date. It's the kind of loss that's invisible but deeply felt. And it can be isolating because unless someone's walked this road, they don't always understand. But here's the truth. Your struggle is very real. And even if others don't see it, your feelings are definitely valid, even if they're messy, because sometimes they are. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, okay, great, Nicole, now I'm sad and still in pain. Thank you. What now? Hey, I get it. I hear you. So let's talk about hope and healing. I won't sit here and tell you that everything magically gets better overnight, because that's not happening. But what I will say is that hope isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. That may sound a bit cliche, but it's very, very true. So how do we do that? Okay, I'm going to give you a couple things to think about. 1, give yourself permission to grieve. When I say that, I'm saying that it's okay to mourn what you've lost, whether that's your health, your independence, or the life you thought you'd have. Don't rush yourself out of these feelings. Name them, acknowledge them, and be kind to yourself in the process. This is a very real thing that's happening, and you are human. Number 2, find small ways to take back control. When your body feels out of your control, focus on the small things that you actually can do. For example, maybe that's taking a short walk instead of having a longer workout like you're used to. Maybe it's setting boundaries to protect your energy. Or maybe it's switching to cozy clothes that make you feel a little better on those hard days. When we're talking about chronic illness, injury, and pain, your life gets altered. And whatever it is, you can remind yourself that you're still in charge of how you show up for yourself. That is fully in your control. Number 3, challenge the why me mindset. Look, it is so easy to fall into the why me spiral. But what if we shifted that question just a little? Instead of asking why me, what if we asked, what can I learn from this and this particular season in my life? Or who can I help because of what I've been through? Or where can I find beauty even here? And I know some of those questions are really hard, especially when you're in the thick of it. And it doesn't mean that we ignore the pain. It just means that we refuse to let it define us. Number 4, lean into a hope that is bigger than you. For me, my faith has been a huge anchor. And when I say faith, I don't mean the kind that just says, oh, just pray harder and everything will be fine. No, I mean the kind of faith that reminds me that I am not alone in this. My pain is not wasted. And there is purpose to this season, even if I can't see it yet. And most importantly, I am held and I am loved. Whether you're a believer or not, hope is about trusting that this isn't the end of your story. That even in the hardest seasons, there's still goodness to be found. So, friend, if you're in a season of pain, of illness, or struggle, I want you to hear me when I say that you are not forgotten. You're not broken, and your life still holds so much value. It matters. I know it's hard, but some days it can feel even impossible. But I want you to keep holding on, because even in this season, there is grace for you, there is strength for you, and there is definitely hope for you. That is what I'm clinging to during this season of my life. I hope you will cling and hold on with me. I thank you for hanging out with me today and allowing me to share a bit of my story. If this episode spoke to you, send it to someone who might need to hear it too. And as always, let's keep showing up for ourselves, one day, one moment, one breath at a time. Please take care of yourself and be well. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Please subscribe, rate, and leave a review. We'd love to hear your thoughts and stories about this series that we're talking about. You can follow us online at our website or on socials, and information about that is in the show notes. Be well.